Hello, and welcome to Marriage Unchained, the art of one flesh, where saving marriages, saving families, and saving souls is the flavor of the day. Now, let's join our host and author of Marriage Unchained, Catholic Alpha Radical, Jerry Jacobs Jr.
Welcome to Catholic Alpha Radical Live, where I help you fix your Catholic marriage. I've coached and helped hundreds of men in their marriages, and now I want to help you. Call 313-RADICAL now. That's area code 313-RADICAL, and ask me anything on tough marital issues, such as what to do when she's asked for divorce, what to do when you have a mutual agreement of separation but you didn't want it, what to do when your wife is cold and distant, what to do when your wife is having an affair, what to do when your marriage is bad, boring, lukewarm, and passionless, what to do when you engage in a marital embrace less than once a month, what to do when you sleep in separate bedrooms, what to do when she has left the home with or without the children, what to do when you're divorced but didn't want it. Call 313-RADICAL. That's area code 313-723-4225. That's area code 313-723-4225. Again, call 313-RADICAL right now for answers to intimacy problems, communication problems, prayer and spiritual warfare problems, authentic masculinity problems, aka how to man up. So sit back, relax, take a chill pill, and get ready to rock. But don't duck. Can you feel it? Catholic Alpha Radical coming at you now. Hello, and welcome to Catholic Alpha Radical Live, the podcast that helps you fix your Catholic marriage, while also giving you winning tactics for marriage problems, girlfriend problems, and intimacy problems for men. But moreover, my main mission is to keep you out of divorce court. And with Marriage Unchained, the art of one flesh, divorce combat coaching is the flavor of the day, while also helping men understand marriage and courting, not dating, in the Catholic faith. Why? Because dating is for sex and courting is for marriage. In this 138th episode, when things go south, should you move out of your house? Plus, live phone call from you, answer your marriage and crisis questions. So get in that queue for some resolution to your marriage confusion. And so we have the quote of the day, our usual thing that we do every single day. And quote, God had one son on earth without sin, but never one without suffering. End quote. Saint Augustine of Hippo. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me to help you in yours. Get live Catholic marriage help Tuesday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern, for some resolution to your marriage confusion. All right, and so the last show of the week, it is Thursday, and I know y'all just can't wait. See, for me, it's Friday, because tomorrow, then I have Friday, and then Saturday. You know, to me, it feels like Friday because I do a lot of work on Thursday and Thursday nights with my group, with the fellas and everything. So this is a real long day for me. So at the end of the night, I'm so tired and burnt out. I just want to get me a little drink of bourbon, talk to my wife, hang out with her while she's cooking. And then, we chill out a little bit and have our nightly conversations. And that's how it rolls, man. That's a good time. So today, if you are having callers, I want to call today. If you're having trouble with your wife has asked you to leave the house, this is a great show for you. Now, I'm going to give you some general things, but I'm not, of course, your situation is different from mine. So don't be trying to take every little thing that I say as gospel in this show. But I will give you some general things that will help you, give you a guide. But if you really want to know what you should do in your particular situation, all you got to do is call that number 313 Radical. That's all you got to do. And get in that queue, and I will take you on immediately. Okay, so let's get with the content of the day. So you're in marriage crisis, right? Let's say you're in marriage crisis. Your wife has asked for a divorce or a separation. Not only that, she demands that you get your butt out. And you're looking at her like, man, you really want me to leave? Really? And you don't know what to do. So what should you do? Right? What should you do? And I'm going to give you some reasons later on after the break of why you should do the things I'm saying. But right now, I'm just going to tell you what you should do is you should look at her and say, I'm not going anywhere. That's what you say. Now, you don't be all mean about it, but because she's going to get mad no matter what you say. Because why? Right now, once your wife finally asks for divorce or asks for a separation, she's not playing with you and she doesn't care what you think anyway. So you sitting there trying to wonder what she's thinking or not thinking, that's a waste of time. So what you do is you just go, I'm not going anywhere. That's what you do. And what you do is you just, she's being selfish. You're going to ask the husband of, your husband and the father of your children to just leave the house, and then for another thing is she probably hasn't even told you what's wrong. Because the first thing you're going to say is, why? What's wrong? Even if you know what's wrong pretty much, you're still going to say, well, why? And then I don't know. I just want you to leave. Or she's going to give you some old stupid emotional stuff. Oh, no, whatever. And your job as the man of that home is to do what's best for everybody. And we're going to go over that. So first of all, why is your wife asking this? Well, just to be honest, you done screwed up. You wasn't praying. You probably in mortal sin. You probably masturbating, watching porn or something. You probably looking at other women, or you might be doing some real crazy stuff by sleeping with another man or something crazy and your wife didn't found out, or you didn't, you just not giving her attention. She caught you watching pornography, just all kind of stuff. You're loud, you're mean, you got a temper, the stuff guys do, and we don't think, really don't, we rationalize it. We rationalize it and put it in the back of our minds like, oh, it's not that bad, right? Of course it's bad. And your wife didn't catch you. But then sometimes, very rare, this is very rare, you really didn't do much. You just kind of, you allowed the emotional connection to go. You neglected her. Those two things are just as bad in her mind as all the other stuff I just said, and as a husband, you've got to start to understand how your wife thinks, man. And most guys don't. And if they do, they just kind of don't even worry about it. Whatever, I've got to go to work. She got her problems. I got my problems. And that is the thing, the next thing is, that's why she's asking. So that's why she's asking. She can't take it no more. She's completely miserable, and you're the brunt of her misery. So basically, your wife is probably sexually unfulfilled. She's probably unfulfilled as a woman. She can't see no future in the marriage. And so that's why she's asking for you to go, or for you, she wants a divorce. Okay. Those are the basics. So me, my first wife, I did the same thing. I did what I'm telling you not to do. But see, I catch on pretty quick. So me and my first wife was, she basically asked me to leave, and I thought, okay, I'll show her, right? So what do? I leave, go move to my mama's house. Okay. You gotta know my mama, man. She's not hanging on with that for long. And so I'm still with my mother, and I was only planning to stay there for a little while, you know. Um, so one time I had to go back to the apartment for something. I forgot what it was, right? Dude, I walk in the apartment, well, because my boys and my wife ain't there. So I go in the apartment, man. All of a sudden, the apartment is the cleanest I ever seen it. I am not lying. That apartment was so clean, dude, you could eat off the floor, dude. I walk through, look at the boys' rooms, which is always trashy. The boys' rooms are clean and immaculate. So this is the showstopper right here. I go in the master bedroom. The master bedroom was all nice. The bed was made looked like a room out of the darn movies or something, like off a soap opera. You know how stuff in the soap opera looks real good. Everything is real plush and beautiful. I said, what's going on here? So then this is the one that did it. I walk in the bathroom. Now look, man, you gotta realize, you ever had a shower curtain? You know how shower curtains get nasty and they get the water mold all on them. They start to not stink or nothing, but they start to get all, like all crusty and cracks in it, and and everything like that. And I've been asking my wife, can you for like a lot, can we get another shower curtain? Okay. I'll walk in the master bathroom, man. There's a brand new rod, a brand new shower curtain, and everything. The bathroom sinks are all immaculate, shiny, and no hard water on them because, in Indiana, we got serious hard water problems. So there's no hard water crust on nothing. I'm like, okay. You know what I did, man? You know what I did? I went, got my car. I went to my mama's house. I got all my stuff, put it back in my car, and I went home. That's what I did. That's what I did. I sure did. And I didn't know nothing. I'm going to tell you. I said, I see that game. No, I went and got my stuff immediately. When she got home, she said, "You back, huh?" Yep. Slept right in my bed, too. And this, I'm like, probably 32, 33 years old. So I was young. And I knew enough at that age to be like, okay, no, she planning something. No, what she was planning, man? She was planning to get rid of me. She's like, good, he's finally gone. Got it. Yes, exactly. Boom. But see, she forgot one thing. She didn't change the locks. Which it wouldn't matter because I just wouldn't got the apartment complex to let me in or to make her change them back. It ain't no big deal, but still, she didn't change them, right? So that is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. I moved out once. I did the things I'm telling you not to do. I was young and dumb, but I caught myself. And that's what I'm asking you to do. I don't want you to make the mistakes I made because, we'll go into, once she gets you out, a lot of things change, man. So that goes to the next question. Should you wuss out and move out? Should you as a husband wuss out and move out? I'm going to say no. You don't do it. And one of the main reasons is, man, that's your house. You're the protector of that house. Sure, you screwed up. You did a lot of things wrong. Don't matter. Don't matter. Once you leave that house, the Satan is already in your home. If you haven't been doing spiritual warfare, if you have not been praying, if you've been praying rosaries, you ain't been going to adoration and going to mass and going to church and stuff, dude, Satan's already in your home. You've already turned your life and your family over to Satan, okay? That's why you got chaos in your house. But when you leave, it makes it way, way worse because now there's no protector there. No protector there, none at all. And so that means Satan has free reign, that he can do whatever he wants with your wife and your children. Okay. Next, should you stay and tell her if she needs space, then she is the one who should leave. That's another thing. That's another option. You can say, hey, look, I ain't going nowhere, but hey, I had a guy. Sometimes Hey, I get all types of men in my program. And sometimes I get them serious alpha male dudes, right? And they tell her, I ain't going nowhere. If you want to go, you leave. If you want space, you leave, right? He throws it right back on her. And that's an option. You could say, look, if you want to go, you can go ahead and go. But I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Or you can ask her to compromise and you stay in the basement. So what does that mean? That means, listen, I tell you what, you said you want some space. We in the house. We in even if you're in a 2-bedroom apartment, it don't matter. You move out of the bedroom. Of course, you let her have the master bedroom. She's the one upset, and you go move in the basement or whatever. I've had guys do that too. And that's a good compromise. But see, man, here's what guys do. Like their wife might say, okay, I'll sleep in the master bedroom and then you go sleep in another room in the house. And so what guys will do is they'll be lazy. Okay, I'll do that, but they don't try to fix nothing. They don't try to go and get any help to fix their marriage. And that's a huge, huge problem. That's just being the same guy you was before. So guys just think, oh, I'll just do what she wants and then everything's going to get better. No. Just because you do what your wife wants, especially when she's in this kind of state of mind, especially when she's in this kind of state of mind, you don't necessarily give her what she wants. You give her what you know will make her happy. And you leaving is not going to make her happy. That's just going to give her relief. But what will make her happy if you stay there and you get your butt some help and stop neglecting your wife and stop doing stupid stuff. Then you can start to rebuild a trust. Okay. Now I have guys ask me all the time, well, if I leave, they'll say, well, if I leave, was my wife and I already left the house or we're already divorced. So it's hopeless. I have guys schedule appointments with me all the time. And then 2 days later, they'll go, well, man, she already left. I don't need you no more. See, that's how stupid people are. See, that's just an excuse to be weak. You don't want to fight for nothing. You don't care about nothing. Oh, my wife left me. Oh, God. Oh, what am I going to do? Well, she left me. I guess whatever. I'll just move on. See, that's why your wife's gone. Your wife's gone because you didn't fight for her when she was there, and now you ain't going to fight for her and she's gone. All your wife wants your butt to do is man up and fight for her and show her you care about her. No, I'm just going to well, she's gone. If that's what she wanted to do, I'll just go do that. Is that a real man? Is that a real man, dude? Really? Is it? I get so sick of dudes like that. That's just some weak wuss stuff. And then on top of that, you was on the road of getting some help. I had a guy email me a month ago. He had set up an appointment, right? He come about a day later, I guess his wife came back home. You know what he did? He emails me and goes, thank God. Oh, the Lord is so good. My wife has come back home. I don't need you no more. I'm thinking, you are such an idiot. Your wife has left you and she came back because she thinks you're going to change. And what did you do? What did you do to change while your wife was gone for that day or two? You had not changed one bit. So my question is, how are you going to keep her there? And that's what I emailed his butt too. I said, hey man, that's great and everything, but how you going to keep your wife there for the next 50 years? See, that's how short-sighted we are. Well, his mindset is, well, I fixed that broken car. Now I can go back to my life. Well, God did his job. Ooh, that just gets in my craw because I know that is a resource for failure. That is a resource for serious failure. It is going to be worse than it was when she left the first time. Hell, my first wife left me 4 times. 4 times my first wife left me. I did what he did. Oh God, she's back. You know what I do? I just try to treat her nice. I try to treat her nicer. I tried to do stuff for her. I tried to make love to her better or whatever, that stupid stuff we think we do. It worked. You know why? She left again in a couple months. Then she left again in another year. Then she left again. Finally, she divorced my butt. You just don't get it. Men just don't get it. Well, my engine's broke. It's fixed now. Well, guess I can move back to my life. Ain't changed nothing. And the gall, the pride to think that your wife is so stupid that she's going to come back to a crappy marriage and then you don't change nothing and then she's just going to stay there for the next 100 years with you. Man, please, delusional. Delusional. And that's what I get all the time. That's the business I am. I accept it. And I try my best to be empathetic with guys. I really do. I try to guide them and try to help them. But man, sometimes it's just hard fighting Satan. It is just hard. That's why I go to adoration for my ministry every day. And I pray that the guys in my ministry, that God gives them the grace to heal their marriages. Because they, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, if you don't change, how do you think everything's going to be okay? It's not going to be okay. It's not, man. And you can't tell men stuff. You try your best to guide them and help them and say, look, man, you came to me for a reason. I got guys, man, they just want to keep doing stuff. I have guys that just want to keep doing things their way so bad that they fight with me every time. They argue with me. I'm on their side. I'm trying to help them. So guess what I got to do with those kind of guys? I got to fire them. Because I'm not going to sit there and argue with you for 16 weeks every week. I ain't doing that. Our job is to work together to try to get you what you said you wanted. You want your marriage and family back. So what does that mean? That means you've got to let your ego go. Get out of your own way. That's another thing. People think just because they got a lot of money, they know everything. And people think because other people think because somebody has a lot of money, they so smart. That is not true. That is not true. It ain't. Dude, I get doctors, lawyers, millionaires, factory workers, car salesmen, real estate agents, politicians. I get them all in my program. And none of them know crap about relationships. They're great with money. They're a great lawyer or a great doctor. They don't know crap about relationships. That's my talent, right? You've got your talent in whatever you do, and I have mine. So that's how we work together, But guys, man, we've got to get out of this thing of, thinking our wives ain't smart. They're not. They are very smart, especially when it comes to relationships. And if your wife is leaving you and she comes back, that means your wife has hope. She has hope that you are going to fix yourself and lead your marriage and your family. But if you as a man stay the way you are you leading? Are you serving? I don't know. Only you can answer that, you and the Holy Spirit. Okay? So, next. So that's another thing. Should you compromise with her? Like I said, should you compromise and say, look, I'll move in the basement, you move up there. But you've got to fix yourself. You've got to show your wife that you're not this same old dude. Because if you do, I promise you, she is going to leave again. And this time, every time she leaves and comes back, that's more pressure on you to get together because eventually she's not going to come back. She's going to go talk to her lawyer, and then they're going to go together and file for divorce, and then that's when it begins. She's going to get smart because now she's got real smart people with her. She's got a team of lawyers. And they're going to tell her, well, we're just going to take half his money. Then we're going to take his 401k, all of it if we can get it. And then we got kids. Oh, we're just going to take all them too. No visitation. We'll give him visitation every other weekend, once a month or something. Dude, this is why you've got to get on your game. Stop thinking your wife is a job, is a factory, is a car. She's a problem to be solved. She's a human person, and your marriage is not a relationship. It's your marriage. That's the unity between you, your wife, and God, okay? Should you move to another room? I think you should move to another room. If your wife asks for a divorce, says she wants space, try to get it. Say, hey, I'll move to another room, and I promise you I'll get help. That should be your only sentence. I'm not leaving because that's not the way to do. That's not the best what's best for the family. But I will move to another room and I will get help. Then you might get her to go, okay, I'll give you some time. Okay? All right. Now, last thing before we move to the break, does she even have the right in the eyes of God and the eyes of the state to make you leave? So you guys are married. You pay the mortgage. She pays the mortgage. Does your wife have the right to make you leave? Of course not, right? Guys leave on their own because they got this crazy system. We'll see a lot of guys play this. They play this. Oh, well, she told me to leave, so that's what I'm gonna do, right? She told me to leave. That's what I'm gonna do. But really, what they're really saying is, oh, I get to be by myself. I get to play as many video games as I want. I get to go to the golf course all the time. The kids ain't around. I get to kind of do what I want. Just have all this fun. Then that runs out and they go, dang, I'm by myself. This ain't fun. My wife's gone. My kids, I don't get to see my kids. You know? So that's another thing to think about, okay? So after the break, stay with me, and we're gonna talk about the reasons on the things I just talked about. We're gonna go into the reasons more in depth of why you as a husband should not leave your family. Okay? Bam. If you're getting value from this podcast and would like more personal marriage help, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an opportunity to work with me personally for free. Yes, within 30 days, learn how to become a better husband that attracts your wife back to you. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com and get a plan tailored specific to your marriage and situation. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me the chance to help you using my personal and gained experience. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior coaching for your marriage. Again, SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com. That's SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com to become the man God created you to be and the husband your wife needs. Lastly, I always get the question, why don't you help women? And I always answer them, I do. So, for all of you beloved wives out there that want to reignite that feeling of emotional closeness and complete love from your hubby, consider marriage coaching and visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an improved marriage within 30 days. Okay, we back, man. Let's rock this, okay? And another thing I want to say real quick that's kind of goes with the first segment is this is a question I really want you guys to really consider what I'm getting ready to say. This is why I get very frustrated with men. And this is this. If you can't make this one happy, how you going to make the next one happy? Yeah, think about that one. If you can't please this woman, what makes you think you're going to please the next woman? Because what I've learned, and not just with my own situation, but with other men's situations, a lot of them, is they go get another woman and the same stuff starts to happen. They screw that one up too. So then you've got to really be up front with yourself. Okay, I got 2 failed marriages. So what is the common denominator in those marriages? It ain't the women, is it? It's me. I'm the common denominator. And see, man, this is why it takes reflection, man. This is why you need prayer, and you need the love of God and the mercy of God and the grace from God, man. Because you can't do this on your own. You know, and that's what I really want you to really be thinking about, man. If you can't make this wife happy, because well, a lot of guys go, well, you know, well, she ain't act right. I just go get me somebody else. I go to the bar, have a couple drinks. There's a sexy girl over there. I just go talk to her. Yeah, because that's easy to do. You're a handsome man. You got a little money in your pocket. You got a house. You got a car. You can get a woman. Don't take nothing. If women, you don't get a woman, all you do is talk right a little bit, you know. But then you think, well, she's making me happy. We're having a good time. Then what? The problems start. That's why I tell guys, if your wife is messing around on you, just be patient and wait it out. Just wait it out. You know why? Because she took her, when she left you, she took her with her. Did she change? Of course she didn't. She's going to do that guy the same way she did you. You know what he's going to do? He's going to say, get away from me. I don't want this. Right? Because why? In that relationship, it's called a rebound relationship. There's no grace in that relationship. First of all, both of them are probably married and messing around on their spouse and messing around on their spouses. Right? Okay. So again, if you have this situation in your marriage and you want personal help right now, all you got to do is call 313-RADICAL, or you can call from your browser at callingstudio/radical1. All right. So now let's get into it, fellas. Let's get into it. So here are my top reasons to never move out of your house when things are going south, and why. Okay. So number one, you lose all negotiation power. You lose all negotiation power. You're over across town in some little rinky-dink apartment, unless you got a lot of money, then you're in a nice hotel or you go buy you another house. I've had guys, dude, I have had men go buy brand new houses, 3 or 4 bedroom houses, and live in it. I knew a guy, man. Him and his wife, this is how crazy they are. They bought houses next to each other. This lets you know the Holy Spirit is nowhere in that relationship. So you are out of the house. She now becomes the central power in the home and gets to make all the decisions concerning the family and the home. She will usually change the locks. Okay. Women, they feel that you make all decisions. You always override me, or you always pressure me to do things your way. So when you leave, they feel liberated and they feel good for a time. It never lasts, but they feel good for a time. I'm my own person. I have to make all my decisions. But then this is how silly they are. They forget, well, I got to mow all the grass. I got to take the car to the car man and have it when the car breaks down. I got to go to the gas station all the time and fix my own. And I got to go to the groceries, and I got to watch the kids, and I got to pick the kids up from school, and I got to go to all the kids' teachers' meetings, and I got to clean the house, and I got to clean the bathrooms, and I got to grocery shop, and I got to cook. See, yeah, you kicked old hubby out of the house, but guess what? Now you got to do everything. And I tell men, them, don't help her with nothing. She wants a divorce. She wants separation. Okay, treat her like that. And then guess what? She's out in the middle. Oh man, this is funny. I had a woman. She's so mean to her husband. She is so mean to him. I don't want you, and I ain't gonna, no matter what he does, she is just mean and surly. You know, she's all the problems are his fault. Well, guess what? Her butt was out in the middle of nowhere and ran out of gas. You know why? Because she spent all the money out of the 401k he gave her. Now she broke. So now she can't afford to put gas in her car. So she's out in the middle of nowhere with the kids, I don't think the kids were with her. She's in the middle of nowhere with her, and the kids ain't with her, but she's at the middle of nowhere, and she's in the middle of nowhere, and she runs out of gas because she can't afford to put gas in the car. Guess who she calls? See, this is how silly women are sometimes. You know, women kill me. I can go out. I don't need you. I don't need no man. I don't need nobody. I can take care of myself. How many times you see that in movies, right? These police officers are women, same thing. Can you believe they let a woman ride by herself as a police officer? Is that from hell or what? I can tell you so many stories of women in the city. They ride the car by themselves, and then they pull over some dude, and then he beats her up, kicks her butt, takes her gun, puts her in the back of the police car, and rides on the way. You never let a woman ride in a police car by herself, at least without a partner, another woman partner, or another woman man. Another man as a partner. It's like putting women on the battlefield, right? Why would you put women on the battlefield? They are the givers of life, and we put them on the battlefield. We are so confused in this country now. We are so confused. The mother of our children, we put on the battlefield to get shot. We just ain't got we don't know how to be a man at all these days. We're just such wusses. Name me another country that would do that. Sometimes, man, you don't give people what they want, man. You give people what they need. And if a woman wants to be on the battlefield, you look at her butt and say, take your butt home and go have some babies and get a marriage and do something great with your life. Build a family. Love your children. Because you're on the battlefield with a rifle in your hand. How is that? Who's watching your kids while you're doing that? Well, my grandmother got them. My mother's got them. You ain't their mama, though. That ain't their mother. You're their mother. What do men do? Well, if that's what she want to do, I'll just let her go out there and get shot in the ass. Man, this makes no sense. And that's what I mean, man. We've got to understand just like your wife. I would tell your wife the same thing. You don't give your husband what he wants. You give your husband what will make him happy in the end. And that's why women leave your butt. You know why? Because they're going, well, I don't have no other choice. He won't listen to me. He won't take my opinion on nothing. He neglects me. I don't believe he loves me. And so I'm leaving him. Why? For the betterment of the marriage. Maybe he will turn around and see how important our marriage is and how important our family is. Maybe he'll do that if I file for divorce. Maybe he'll do that if I divorce him. Maybe he'll finally come around. Women don't want to leave us. They really don't. They don't want to do that. They don't want to save up money for 2 years, and they don't want to be manipulative and secretive with us. But most of men don't give them no choice, right? If you're not listening to me, if I'm a wife and my husband's not listening to me, and he doesn't give me any attention, and I don't think he loves me, and he proves that he don't love me, and he's always mean to me and raising his voice at me and talking to me so bad, what am I supposed to think? You see how both sides of the coin, gentlemen? It's why it's important for you to think both sides of the coin, from your wife's point of view and from your point of view. This helps you stay on top of your game. And what a lot of us we just keep putting our wife and our marriage to the side and think it's gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better. It's not. Okay. So when you move out, you lose all negotiation power. She decides what happened to the kids. She decides on the house. She decides on the bank accounts. She decides on everything. And she likes it. It don't last long again, like I said, but she likes it. Okay. Number two, you now have to pay 2 rents. Talked about that a little bit. Next, where are you going to go? To a hotel or some other place where you have to pay to stay? So this means you will be paying two housing bills, your mortgage and rent or hotel room bill. Question, can you really afford that? In my experience, many men can't. It ain't really that they can't afford it. They don't want to afford it. If you move out, you got to pay 2 electrical bills, 2 gas bills. You got to pay for the trash man. Come get your trash. You got to go buy more groceries. You got to cook. You got to do all the stuff that you and your wife were a team. And now you got double that. So guess what? That little $60, $70, $80, $100,000 that you make in a year, it just got split in half. Boom. Even if financially, then another thing too, if you're only making $100,000 a year, which in this economy ain't a darn thing, even if you're making $250,000 a year, they ain't a darn thing in this economy. Everybody knows it. If you're making $250,000 in this year, it's like you're making 50 or 60 or 70. And the thing about it is when you making, all that money is just getting thrown away on two households, right? And so it's important. This is why you stay, even financially, even if for financial reasons. Why? Because why put your family in financial crisis like that? Another thing too, say you got to get a divorce lawyer, or say you got to hire me. You got to hire a coach, because you got to look, when you allow your marriage to get in a marriage crisis, which means what? Your wife's gone. She asked for a divorce. You guys just totally crapped out. You're arguing and fighting, whatever. You got to do two things immediately. First thing you got to do is go find you a lawyer. Okay. Second thing you got to do is hire you a marriage coach. You got to work on those two things at the same time. You got to work on fixing your marriage at the same time, defending yourself against your crazy wife and her new lawyer friend. Most guys don't know that. You can't just get a lawyer. You know why? Because lawyers lose it sometimes. Most of them are good, but what they do is they only focus on, getting you the most you can from your wife. They don't focus on saving your family. And as a man, I don't care if you love your wife or not. Nobody cares if you love your wife or not. You're a man, and your job is to save your family. So the first thing you should be asking a lawyer is, hey, man, I'm trying to delay this divorce. I'm trying to fight for this divorce, and I want to save my marriage, do everything I can to save it. Are you willing to help me? If that fool says no, then you get rid of. You need to get away from him. Okay. Second thing you need to do is hire you a marriage coach. Why? So that while you're fighting her, you're actually fixing yourself and saving your marriage. So you're fighting on two fronts. Okay. So next, number 3, the kids won't see you. Oh, this is a big one. Everybody thinks, man, and this just changed too. And I'm so sorry, fellas. I'm so sorry. You ain't getting the kids. You ain't even gonna see them unless she acts like she's nice and lets you. Once you leave the house, then basically you're saying, well, they're on their own and I'm on my own. She runs everything, including when you see the kids or when you don't. You can try to make a plea. I'm the father of those kids, and I deserve to see. You can't keep my kids from me. If she wants to, she can say, man, screw you. I don't care. Bye. Close the door. Boom. That's why you don't move out. That's why you don't move out. Okay. And then, you could go get a lawyer and then go to the court and make her and get visitation set up. But even then, man, they're gonna give the stuff to the wife, because they're gonna say, well, the kids are already with her, and because you left, right? You were stupid and you left. And they're gonna say, well, we don't want to break up. The kids are already traumatized. The kids are already traumatized enough. So we're not gonna break them up and give you visitation rights 4 and 5 days a week and every weekend, because that takes them out of their home. They're gonna be sleeping in 2 places, and we just can't have that, right? So basically, man, you just lost your kids. You lost them. Because here's what the court's gonna do, and I'm gonna talk about this again in a minute. They gonna be like, they're gonna give you, when the divorce is over. See, when I during my divorce in Indiana, back in 2001 or somewhere around there was a thing called joint physical custody. And back then it meant I don't pay child support and she doesn't pay child support. The kids are 50% of mine and 50% of hers. They spend half the time with me and half the time with her. If you're divorced, that's a great deal, right? If you're 2 crazy people that can't get along, that the government doesn't steal your kid. That's another thing women don't get. You involve big daddy government in your marriage and in your life, and you lose all control. Now, see, right now, and back then, things favored the wife. So of women, they like filing for divorce. That's why 70-80% of women file for divorce, right? And so that's what you gotta think. But if it was reversed, say the man got the kids all the time and the man got all the privileges and stuff, women will be up in arms. He stole my children. He won't let me see my kids. Right? But see, now the man gets dogged out. So now we fast forward to 2023, and I don't know when this changed in a lot of states, guys. Only been doing this for 8 years. I don't know when this changed exactly in the states when the movement started. But dude, there's basically no such thing as joint physical custody no more. There's something like joint custody, but the joint custody, the kids get to be with the mama all the time. So what does that mean? Like I said, what's going to happen in a divorce, and all the lawyers, I guess they go along with it, is the husband gets the kids every other weekend and one night a week and 1 month in the summer, something like that. That's the gist of it. That is not what I had, joint physical custody. And guess what? The guy still got to pay child support. Yep. Yes, sir. Bob. Dude, this is why I'm telling y'all, you will not win in this divorce thing. You will get your butt kicked. You will. But you got to fight. You got to get you a good lawyer, and you got to get you a marriage coach. Why I tell you to get you a marriage coach is this. Because the way to lead your house and win in today's society is you got to know women. You got to know women, man. The way you stop all this in the bud is hard, but the idea is simple. All you do is get the emotional connection back with your wife in the marriage. Guess what she'll do? She'll come back home. She'll have sex with you. She'll want to make the marriage work. You and the kids and her start to be happy and build something again. That's how you fight this. You can't fight this in the courtroom because you're only making $100,000. So when you go get another wife, guess what? You're really only making $50,000. And so you got another wife and you're going to try to make another family off of $50,000. Guess what? That ain't going to happen. You're going to be on welfare. Dude, the way you fight this, and most people don't know, they think, well, she pissed me off. I'm going to show her. No, the court, Big Daddy government's going to show you. They're going to show you that you screwed your marriage up. Your wife don't want to be with you no more. So you guys can't get along. So I'm going to help you get along. Pay that lawyer $5,000. Pay us $1,000, $2,000, and pay that marriage coach. And then try to figure it out. But you get the divorce, whether today or 2 years from now, you are getting divorced if your wife don't drop it. Then if you're Catholic, she's going to do what? File for an annulment. See, guys, you can't win like you've got to be like Christ, man. You got to be like Christ in this whole thing. You can't win with the lawyers and the judges and all of that. I don't care if you got $1 billion. Your wife, unless she filed a prenuptial agreement, which those can be broken now like it ain't nothing, she's probably still gonna get a whole lot of money. But how many of us have $1 billion to give somebody? I mean, I'm just split with somebody, or to give them a third of that or a quarter of that. No, we don't. You're making $100,000 a year in a crappy economy because of Biden. How you gonna get out of that? Huh? Tomatoes cost $5 or $6 a piece. Been in the grocery store lately? The only way to win this is you got to fight it on three fronts. Three fronts. The first front is you got to get your butt on your knees and start getting in spiritual warfare. The second thing is you got to get you a good lawyer who wants to help you fight for your marriage and is not going to break your bank. The third thing is you got to hire a marriage coach that can help you fix your marriage and fight on that front to get her to get that emotional connection back so that you guys can be back together and your wife will drop the divorce. Happens in my program all the time. Women drop divorces all the time. But you can't fight. Guys think, well, I just go get a lawyer and I don't need anything else. Yes, you do. You need God and a marriage coach. I'm not lying to you. Really. Okay. You will have to do, like number 3 is, like I said, the kids won't see you. So you will have to do some stupid arrangement that neither you or the kids want to do. Why? Because your wife is only thinking of herself. And the kids getting uprooted and running all over the place really doesn't matter to her right now. Her happiness is paramount. That's another thing on this number 3. The kids won't see you. The kids want to see you. They really do. Unless you were one of them wuss fathers that let your kids just run the house and the wife and the kids have ganged up on you and you're the bad man. When you become the bad man in your family, the kids and your wife have ganged up on you and they can't wait for your butt to leave. This is why, as a man, you can't just let people, your kids run your home. You can't just give them whatever they want and let them talk to you any way they want and be disrespectful and treat you bad. And you think, well, I don't want to spank them because I want them to love me and stuff. If your kids are being disrespectful to you, they don't love you, dude. Because love to a parent and a father is respect. I love my father because I respect him, and I know he loves me. But when you spank your child, you have to sit them down and talk to them and let them know that why they got a spanking, and don't do it again, and let them know you care and love them. Then your kids will stop acting unruly. But what do most people do these days? I'll never put my hand on my child. Yeah, but your child's a jerk. Your child goes out into society and cusses everybody out and treats everybody bad because they have no respect for authority, because you as the father are the authority in the home given by God. And as did you allow your child to disrespect you. So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go out in the world and disrespect everybody else when those people don't do what they want them to do. It's simple. All right. That might sound a little harsh to people, but God knows what he's talking about. I say it all the time. God wants you to spank your kids' butt to keep them in order so that they don't go out and be horrible citizens, get put in jail, have babies all over the place without no father or no mother. They go to prison. They get on drugs. They're watching pornography all the time. You know, they stealing and thieving. They're disrespectful to the police. Come on, man. Police officers, man, I got so much respect for them. I really do. You know the crap they put up with because people don't raise their kids right these days? Talk to a police officer. I got plenty of police officer friends, captains and sergeants and regular patrolmen. Know all of them. Sheriffs. Dude, they'll tell you. Kids are horrible. Right? Because mamas think I can go out and do whatever I want and I can split up my family and the kids gonna be okay. The kids ain't gonna be okay, man. The kids, then you got these people you got these people who their parents got divorced when they were a kid and they go, I turned out okay. No, you didn't. You divorced too. Number 4, you will never see your wife. If you want to save your marriage and you leave, you will never see her and convince her that you're changing and want to be the husband she needs. Out of sight, out of mind. They will tell you they just need time, or they want a little space, or they don't have another man and aren't looking for one. What you must realize is your wife reaches this point, she is only thinking about herself. So once your wife reaches this point, she is only thinking about herself. She's selfish, like I've been saying. She is selfish and she wants out. And if you leave, she will begin to convince herself to move on. Okay? Your wife, once you leave, will start to convince herself to move on, right? Well, why? He don't love me. See, he ain't even fighting for me. He just up and left. I got a little mad at him, told him to leave, and he did it. He has no heart as a man. He ain't even a real man. See, man, y'all don't know how women think, man. Your wife, when your wife asks you to leave, she's just saying, okay, I'm going to see if he really does love me. Hey, get out. Okay, I'm going to get out. And you go pack your little stuff. Then you go leave, and now you got 2 rents and 2 mortgages. Dude, man up. Fight for your woman. Fight for your marriage. That's what she's saying. Satan has me, baby. Satan has me. Will you please come get me? Will you please fight for me? Please. I need your help. Will you please come get me? That's what your wife is saying. But what do most guys do? They start, Jerry, oh, my wife, it's over. It's over, Jerry. She told me she don't love me no more. And she's with this other dude. And she's doing this and she's doing that. She's being mean to me. Dude, that's what they do. Your wife is just playing her cards. She's playing her ace cards. Her cards is what? Your wife can't take a skillet and hit you on top of the head. She can't actually physically kick your butt to get you to listen. So what does she do? She plays her cards, baby. She plays her cards. What are her cards? Take your money. Take your children. Tell you to leave. File for divorce. Ask for separation. Get another man. It makes complete sense when you just sit there and think about it and stop being all emotional. You got to start thinking like Christ. You got to get a warrior spirit and stop letting your wife do all this crazy stuff so you're not in this darn marriage crisis stuff. Fix your marriage now and don't wait till your wife says, I want out. I believe, it works. Trust me, it works. I had to learn it too. Stop battling your wife on an emotional level. Pay attention to your wife before things get bad. That's what I really created Catholic Alpha for guys who I wanted guys to see the situation of their marriage before their wife asked for divorce. I had a guy came to me 2 years before his wife divorced him. 2 years he came to me, emailed me. I told him, say, man, do this, and this. I just helped him. Dude didn't do nothing. This guy had an appointment with me 2 years later. Yeah, he signs up 2 years later. His wife divorced him, took all his money, took his kids and his car, and put him in a little 2-bedroom apartment by himself. Yeah, lost everything. Because the Holy Spirit was trying to give him a chance to get things right before, and he didn't listen. Okay? Now, she will say that she won't use the kids against you, but that will soon become apparent that that is a lie when you try to stay in the home and not leave. She will then get mad and say you are a stalker or your arguing is damaging the kids. This is what they do. This is a ploy that has been in the works for months or in many cases years to get your ass out of the house so she can move on and get rid of you. Oh, of course, she would deny it until the cows come home. But dude, if you fall for this one, you will regret it. Any divorce lawyer worth his salt will tell you, do not leave. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Also, your wife may block your phone. She may block you on social media. Again, she may change the locks. All right? You guys got to understand that this is a battle. Your wife looks at you as the enemy. And the only way to fight this is not with of course, you got to get a lawyer. I'm not saying, I've said, I want you to get a lawyer. I said that. But you've got to fight it on two fronts. The way to really save the best way to save face is to be humble. Become like Christ. Become humble. Become a real man. Fix yourself. Get your life together. Get on your knees and start praying. Into the spiritual battle. Work with your lawyer to try to get your wife to delay the divorce so that you can have time to fix yourself and get yourself together. Hire a marriage coach so that that coach can help you communicate with your wife and have you guys stop freaking arguing and fighting all the time. Okay? Your wife is playing her cards. If you don't fix you, she's going to keep playing her cards. Why? Because the emotional connection's gone in your marriage and she don't care. Right now, though. That's only right now. All right? So, and a lot of guys get mad because, like I said, their wife blocks their phone. They block them on social media. They may change the locks. So what? All that stuff don't mean nothing. I don't love you and I don't care about you. And, I had women tell guys, go get you another woman. Go get you another woman. Don't worry about me. Go, and that's just all a ploy. They really mean it, man, but they really don't want it. They're just trying to, instinctually, they're just trying to see what you're going to do. I tell every guy, if you go out and get you another so-called partner, which is you go sleep with another man or you sleep with another woman, basically you just lost all credibility in the eyes of God and your wife and your kids. You are nothing but just like any of these other crazy dudes out here. Okay. Number 5, if she leaves, the kids stay. I would also tell you, if she decides to leave, don't let her take your kids. If you won't leave and she decides to leave, you will tell her, yes, go ahead, but the kids are staying right here. Why? Because this is their home and their comfort. They go to school from here. This is where mommy and daddy lived, and we lived with them. Why uproot your children just because a crazy woman feels she needs space? How can I tell you this? Well, my first wife did the same crap. She wanted me to go, and I did, and I told you that story earlier. Dude, if your wife wants to go, because she's a grown woman. You can't force her to do nothing. But my kids are staying here. They stand here. Don't play this game of, well, the kid should be with their mother, especially if you got sons. If you got a son and he's 2 years or older, he needs to be with his daddy every day, all day, 24/7. Or unless you want him to be effeminate and emasculated and possibly become gay. That's up to you, though. It's your son. You do whatever you want. Boys should not be around their mothers once they reach the age of 2. Why? Because the boys do not know how to be a man, and only you, their daddy, can show them how to be a man. I don't care if you are a bad father. I could care less. The boy needs to be around his daddy. Don't play this game of, well, I'll just let them kids go with her and blah, blah, blah. And then she knows how to raise. She's going to take care of them better. No, she ain't. You're going to let a crazy woman that's just said, I'm going to leave you, I want a divorce, and she's only thinking about herself right now. She's only thinking about herself right now. Raise your children. Is that logical? Of course it's not. Your wife only cares about herself right now. She doesn't care about those kids, man. She'll tell you she does, but she doesn't. Why? The proof is this. She told you to move out of their house. She's splitting up your family. She wants a divorce. Come on, man. What more clue do you need? Do not let a crazy woman have your kids, especially your sons. I go through this all the time with guys. You know, this is the hardest thing in my program to get men to understand. Stop letting women take your kids. First thing women try to do, women need support, dude. Women need support. So what they're going to do, they're going to try to commandeer the kids against you. We're a team. He's the bad guy. And the kids go on her side because that's their mother and she's with them all the time. Man, please don't fall for that one. Fight for your children. If you ain't going to fight for your wife, at least fight for your kids. At least man up that much. Your wife is going to try to and then she's going to try to commandeer your kids. She's going to tell you she's not, but she's going to give you all kind of clues that she is, especially when you tell her, I ain't moving out. You'll see the real woman come out then. A lot of guys seen that one already. 6, if there's no physical abuse, don't leave. You two can live in the house in separate bedrooms, because when you leave and she gets a lawyer and you go in front of the judge and you've moved out, he, for the most part, is not going to let you back in that house. Why? To basically cover his own butt. If he lets you move back in there and your wife kills you or you kill her, it will be chaos in that judge's office. Please think about what I just said. If you move out, you are not getting back in once you go to any kind of court system. They cannot let you back in, dude, because they're not going to have you go up in there and then you sleep and your wife puts a knife in your chest. You are dead, and then they get blamed because the media is going to say, why did you let him back in that house like that? The court system's arms are tied, dude. Their hands are tied. This is why you don't move out. You lose all power. And you lose negotiation. Now, I can get you back in the house. Me and God can get you back in. It's not hopeless. What I'm saying is it's a lot easier if you don't move out. Okay? Next, and if there is physical abuse, somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go. I have guys all the time let their wives beat their ass. Believe it or not, this happens. All the time. Beat their butts. And so what do you do as a man? Somebody's got to leave. And I tell guys all the time, do not accept your wife hitting on you, man. Because if you hit her, she's going to call the police. That ain't fair. Right? Do not let your wife hit on you. That means what? Somebody's got to leave permanently, or somebody's got to leave for at least an hour or two so people calm down. All right? If I were you, if my wife is hitting on me, I'm calling the police on her because I can't hear the back. You're not going to sit there keep hitting on me. And guys say, you will call police on your wife? You damn straight I will. You dang on straight I will. What am I going to do? I'm sleeping. My wife is hitting me in the head with a bat. What am I going to do? Are you insane? I am not going to let somebody hit me and abuse me. I can't hit her. If now I can stop. And then these days, if you just take your hands and push your wife back to stop hitting you, guess what she's going to do? She's a crazy woman, ain't she? She's a crazy woman. She's going to pick up the phone. She's going to call 911. And they're going to come arrest you and put handcuffs on you. And you're going to the thing. So that's why you got to leave. Or if she won't stop and this becomes compulsive, you've got to call the police on her, not to arrest her and put her in jail, to get her in a mental institution for 72 hours to get her some help. Why is she hitting on me? That is not right. I know a woman right now that's still mad at her husband because 10 years ago, you put your hands on me. He's like, when you was hitting me. He's like, you were beating my butt. You was hitting me. And I just try to get you away from me and push you on the bed to get you off of me. We are insane, fellas. We are insane. Come on. Okay. Next, number 7, the last one. Boy, we went over today, didn't we? I'm so sorry. But hey, hope you had fun. Next, 7, bottom line, there are no advantages to leaving. So the bottom line is, if you leave your home, there are no advantages to this. No advantages for you, your kids, your marriage, and your wife. The saying is, you never give your wife what she wants. You give your wife what will make her happy. And in the end, what will make your wife happy? That in the end, you and her are back together. You love each other more than the world. God is in your marriage. You have all the grace from God you can stand. You guys are going to mass. You're going to confession. You're going to adoration. You're praying the rosary. The kids are coming along. The kids are respectful. The kids love you. They know their parents love them. And the family is moving together. You're having Sunday dinner every Sunday where your kids, your grandkids, your spouses, your kids' spouses come over, your mother and father, your wife's mother and father come over every Sunday. You guys have special time. You cook out and you have a great time every Sunday on family day. And then Monday, you start it all over again, baby. That's what you want. So now what you got to do is hire me so you can figure out how to get there. I'm just joking with y'all. Okay, so, and if in your case, if you're trying to save your marriage and family and are humble and sincerely admitting your part in an inadequate marriage, what will make your wife happy in the end and in favor with God is you forcing her to work on your marriage. Now that you know what a bad husband you've been for the last 2 years, 10 years, or 30 years. But in the end, to do this, you must accept that you were not the husband you needed to be for her to feel like a true woman. Ha ha. Bam. If you're getting value from this podcast and would like more personal marriage help, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an opportunity to work with me personally for free. Yes, within 30 days, learn how to become a better husband that attracts your wife back to you. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com and get a plan tailored specific to your marriage and situation. I've helped hundreds of men in their marriages. Allow me the chance to help you using my personal and gained experience. Visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior coaching for your marriage. Again, SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com. That's SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com to become the man God created you to be and the husband your wife needs. Lastly, I always get the question, why don't you help women? And I always answer them, I do. So, for all of you beloved wives out there that want to reignite that feeling of emotional closeness and complete love from your hubby, consider marriage coaching and visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for an improved marriage within 30 days. All right, we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. That was really good. I hope you guys got a lot out of that. That's why I'm doing this. I can afford in an hour to go deeper into the subject. So these podcasts will be going up as training materials in my members area So the guys can really get, the members area is really good already, but I'm always trying to improve it. And these videos, this podcast has really helped me. When I started doing it every day, it really started helping me to really go deeper into the subjects that I want them to know, because I have time, right? I have time. I have a whole hour to talk about it, and then they watch the video, and it helps them get a perspective on what's going on. Because the way the members area is set up is it's sequential. So it lets you know in order what to do in order to get your wife to draw her back to you, to get you guys back together. And so you put the videos in the proper order, and so they learn foundationally on top of that and how to do things. So that being said, we are done for this week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know I get all hyped up and passionate, but man, I want you guys to really understand how to get this done. Really, I really do. And you can do it, man. You can do it, dude. You just got to get that warrior spirit. You just have to get that warrior spirit, man, and realize the battle is not between you and your wife. See, that's the thing that guys don't understand. The battle is between you and Satan, dude, for your wife, for your marriage, for your children. If you ask any priest worth his salt, that's what he'll tell you. Dude, Satan, you've been attacked, baby. And you as the man are the only one that can solve this along with the Holy Spirit. But this is why it upsets me when guys cancel with me, because they're on the verge of really figuring this out and how to get this done. And then their weakness, they allow Satan to get in their head, and their weakness pulls them out. It's sad. It's so sad, because everybody in a man's world, just think about it. Everything in a man's world is stacked against you, isn't it? Everything. If your wife is being and your wife is trying to get rid of you, and your wife's trying to divorce you, and your wife is out telling, of course, she's gonna go tell everybody. So what's everybody gonna tell her? Well, leave him. Get rid of him. Girl, you got to leave him. Stop having sex with him. Stop talking to him. Avoid him. Stop saying stuff. Spend all this money into the bank accounts. Change the locks on the house. Take the kids. Leave. Go to your mama's house. And then that's just that part. What about the part of say, hey, man, watch pornography, man, tonight, man. Your wife's tripping. Hey, man, go masturbate. You ain't had sex in 6 years, man. Go masturbate, man. Just go do that. You'll feel better. Hey, man, go out, take that money, man, and go play golf for 2 weeks straight. Go on a vacation without your family, man. Leave them. Then you go talk to your parents or your friends or other people. Oh, yeah, move on, son. Move on. Leave her. She doesn't love you. Blah, blah, blah. Everything is stacked against us, isn't it? And so what does that mean? That means God is testing you. Jesus Christ is testing you. Are you going to be a real man? Or are you going to wuss out? You're going to punk out. You're going to just leave your family because these crazy people told you to. See? This is why I tell guys, do not, as soon as you tell somebody that you and your wife are having marriage problems, and they're going to say, well, what's going on? And of course, you're going to tell them because you love that person, right? You wouldn't be telling them if you didn't love them, care about them. I don't care if it's your mama, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your co-workers. I don't care. Your church members. I don't care. As soon as they go, well, if I was you, I'd just move on. Or any derivative of that, or any sentence like anything like that, you never again say anything about your relationship to that person. And when they come to say, well, how are things going? You say things are going okay. And then you change the subject and move on. Because you already feel bad enough. You don't need some idiot who don't know what they're talking about trying to make you feel hopeless about your marriage. This is the fight of your life, and you need people that are encouraging you. And believe it or not, there are people in your life who will encourage you to fight for your family. They are. You just got to find them. All right? So that is the end of the show today, y'all. Oh, man, I hope y'all got it and hope y'all had a good time and you got something out of this. And so today we end, as we always do, with a quote from Pope Benedict XVI, which states, society offers you comfort, but you weren't made for comfort. You were made for greatness. Now go forth, Christian soldier. The spiritual fight is up on you. Fast, pray, and prepare for battle. Thank you for listening in today. If what you heard helped you in any way and you would like more personal attention, visit SaveMyCatholicMarriage.com for superior marriage coaching. And remember to join the Catholic Alpha Radical Live podcast as a caller or listener every Tuesday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern. To join as a caller, dial area code 313-RADICAL. To join as a listener or view the live stream, visit the Catholic Alpha Radical Live Facebook page or visit CatholicAlpha.com for Catholic marriage help that actually works. Bam!